Alrighty, so it's been quite a while, of course, since Lostvayne came out, considering he came out, what, like 6 months into the game? He was the very first festival unit to ever get released, and he needs a lot of help. Like, he is really bad nowadays. I've already tried to record this video once. Unfortunately, the mic wasn't on, so I'm having to re-record it. So I already pretty much know how this is going to go, unfortunately, but he just doesn't really have what it takes anymore. His stats are pretty low, even with Super Awakening and everything. I think I talked about it in the attempt that I tried to do, where I was basically like, I don't know what kind of relic they could give him, but it needs to be some sort of like stat increases because he just really isn't dealing the damage. I know that this is a weird team, but the idea that I had behind the team, and obviously this might be one of the reasons why he's not doing as good. Obviously, you could just slap him on the demon team and call it a day, but the idea behind this team was Chandler, so that way I can try to keep some heat off of him, of course. That way we're only getting hit by like AoEs and such. Obviously, you want Lostvayne to get crit, so that way you can level up his cards and do more damage and use his single target to get his ultimate faster. So we have Valenti in this scenario, which, if you don't know, her passive is decreases the crit damage of enemies on the battlefield by 75% of the hero's crit defense. So she does have crit defense gear on. She has 179% crit defense, so that's a pretty good chunk of crit damage being taken away. And then we have Demon Cusack in the back, who is decreasing crit chance by 20%, which I'm not super happy with. I would rather it not lower crit chance because I just need crit damage reduction, but he does also lower crit damage reduction as well. And on top of that, for each demon ally in battle, you get 4% attack-related stats. So we do have 2 on the field, which means 8%, which isn't anything crazy, of course, but I thought it was a really interesting team. I tried to make it like, you know, where it synergizes well with Lostvayne and makes him sort of the star of the show. But unfortunately, he just really can't do what he used to be able to do anymore. He either needs a really good relic, or I don't really know what else they could do to him, to be honest, but he's pretty sad nowadays, I've got to be honest. So let's go for let's just go for something like this. I think this is a bot. It is. So might be best case scenario for us. Honestly, this team doesn't do super well because Lostvayne's the only real source of damage here, and on top of that, he's not a great source of damage to begin with. So the idea is that because he's pretty old and a lot of newer characters have good crit chance, we can hopefully take a few crits on AoE skills, get his cards leveled up, push for an ultimate. No crits on that. He also got really shafted with some of his Super Awakening stats. They know that the character doesn't want to be crit, and they still end up giving him crit defense or whatever, or crit resistance. So I think if they would have just focused purely on crit defense, so he can be crit but takes less damage from it, that would be ideal. But you know, I guess I don't know, maybe they wanted to nerf him a little bit, but at the same time, he could really use the buff nowadays. So luckily we get crits on there. Taking a lot of damage, though. I'm not very happy about that. I don't have a way to get my ultimate because Purgatory Meli is lowering me by quite a bit. Let's go for stance. Use this to break the shield, hopefully. And then we will use this to gain ultimate move gauge. So you don't really see this card much anymore. I think you know, it was really popular with Green Escanor. Obviously Lostvayne has it. There's a couple of other characters that have it as well, but you basically just, you know, I think Green Derriere also has this card because I use her in Belmoth. But the idea behind the card is obviously that you attack, and the higher level the card is, you gain extra ultimate move gauge from it. So it's really good for ult rushing, which tends to kind of be what you want to use this character for, but I don't even know if we're going to be able to get the ultimate off here. God, a level 3. and that's typically how it goes. I would have wanted to use these, and I might have tried to use those to get lifesteal back, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to waste too many cards because you also want to have cards in hand for when you ult. So I'll be right back. All right, so now we have a pure demon team, which is very bad. Again, it's a real player using CC food, so we are absolutely getting dunked on. Honestly, there's not even really a point in me playing this match. I can tell you right now, we lose very quickly. So maybe we just move on, but odds are... Oh, he actually crit me there. That's good. But not going to be great, I would assume. Yeah. He's already getting his ultimate here. I guess we just go for this. I'm going to get dissolved because of Meli. Like, Meli's so crazy to deal with, and if we go against Escanor, his stats can't be lowered, so it also counters the whole plan with this team in general. So it's just a bad time to use this character, on top of the fact that he's so outdated, needs some sort of relic or update in general. So pretty unfortunate, to say the least. If I would have got another Valenti card, I could have potentially made it out of this. But yeah, so let's go for this. Hopefully it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, so we don't take too much of a crit, but at the same time, it's not really gonna matter, because we're already, like, we already have Dissolve on us. He's got decent stacks on us. It's not hard to kill LV Meli. It's just, I don't know, man. He, obviously, like I said, not a great team to showcase with in general, just because, like, I love the synergy team building aspect of it, but in general, it doesn't work because he's really squishy and can die really easily. He's the only source of damage for the team. You know what I mean? So we'll do one more just because, I don't know. I wanted to mess with LV Meli, but maybe we, let's swap to the demon team, actually. Let's use the actual demon team and see if he can do any better on it. Just out of curiosity, but I like this team, even though it doesn't work. I like the idea behind it is more like it, really. So let me swap over. We'll be right back. Alright, so, got an attack seal team, which is not great. Depending on how this one goes, we can potentially do another match or two, but I'm not exactly sure what to think, because Purgatory Meli's such a good character in this meta, it's actually insane. So, let's go for something like this, maybe. He, of course, had evasion food on, but I wanted to put the darkness stacks on more than anything, so it's not the biggest deal in the world. He's going to attack seal regardless, which I don't have a really good way to get rid of that with this team, unfortunately, so not a whole lot I can do there, which is just, man, I think, so I'm recording this the day of the live stream, so Mael is coming out, of course. We already know that at this point. And I have to say, the fact that Mael is going to be coming out, the Angels are going to be pushed back into the meta, I think it's going to be a lot, like, I think it's going to cut down a lot on seeing these, these attack seal teams, which is really nice, because the attack seal teams are super annoying. I can't cleanse those off, so I was going to reset and then go for Chandler's ultimate, but because I can't cleanse... because I don't have a stance, it doesn't really do me much good, so we'll just not worry about it. Level 3 in hand, but I have Dissolve on because Meli, so not great there. We have decent darkness stacks on, nothing super crazy. Getting a crit on there, so we're gonna rank this up. Nothing absurd. Of course, he's going to have 2 Merlin cards, so fantastic. I'm not super worried about that ultimate, but at the same time, it definitely could do a decent amount of damage. It lowers, what, HP-related stats? So, could be a bit of an issue. Plus, he's already ranked up, I'm pretty sure, which means he's got a He's got a go through attack seal in hand, I'm pretty sure. And he's got true magic right here, so I would imagine he's just going to go for game here. I think he's going to ult me, lower my stats, and then use Meli's true magic here to really do me in. Okay, actually, decently well. If we would have survived that, he would have took a really big counter, which would have been nice. But oh well, can't win them all, man. So kind of a bad team to go up against in general here, but I think we get rid of Merlin here. Let's just get rid of Merlin, I guess. I don't think I really have much of a chance at this point. Ooh, that did a lot more than I was expecting, actually. 780k damage. Pretty good. But it's pretty much over. So, I don't know. Honestly, that's going in the back. He just needs a relic. He really does. He needs a relic. He needs to boost his own stats or something. Drop down into Masters. Very cool. I'll probably do... probably do another video where I'm just using a good team, so that way I can actually boost my rank back up a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts and opinions are of LV, of course. I know he's like super old at this point, but I don't know if you have any like guesses on what could like sort of fix him like relic wise. That would be kind of cool to just speculate with you guys. But I don't know. That's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say. He's not great. So I do really like him. I love the rank up on crit thing. I think that's really cool. It used to be a really annoying skill back in the day, but nowadays like there's way crazier stuff out there. So could be really nice to see him come back with a relic, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.